Well, hello there, good night. So I came with review for Arata Kangatari episode 5 called Zokusho. So, this episode was good. We have some story progression, and it's always good to have story progression. So, the episode starts with the Arata from that parallel world in our world, and with is the family of Arata discussing what is happening to Arata because he is having some strange reactions and something like that, and apparently they took him to a doctor and he say that he might have suffering from some kind of memory loss, something like that, and the mother is telling to his husband and to the sister that they need to support him and to help him go through all this and so on. And we also then, in the middle of the episode, we have a second situation with that Arata from the parallel that is the colleagues of Arata at school are discussing why Arata is not going to school, and someone says that he is sick or something like that, and that guy that kind of bullied Arata kind of is, well, don't run from me, something like that. So, then mainly the episode is happening in that parallel world with the Arata from our world. So, the episode starts with that Arata arriving at the beach after they came from Gatoya in the boat, and we then saw a small flashback that they almost draw on the ocean because the boat was kinda almost sinking soon, but in the end Arata, Kotoa, Kanate and Ginshi arrived at the beach, and Kanate pulled off a map and explains that they are in the Anaruki, and it's also explained that Anaruki is actually the land ruled by Kannagi, the guy that is pursuing Arata and the guy that wounded seriously the princess. And we also have a scene with that Lord Kannagi arriving at this place and talking to a gravestone called calling Emizu. I don't know if that was his wife, a friend, I don't know. And then the group of Arata arrives at Anaruki, then they see smoke and they go look what is happening, and actually there is the people of the village of Ginshi, and Ginshi kind of recognizes one guy and he talks to them, and then Ginshi's mother is there also, and Ginshi is quite happy and so on. And during that brief stay at the campment of Ginshi folks, they learn that most likely there will be going to be a war between the Shinshu, because apparently the Shinshu to rule this country, either it will be the princess that was wounded or a Shinshu that must become a king by, and this kind of reinforces what we already learned on the last episode, that the only way for a show to become a king is basically to force all other Shinshu to submit their powers to him, like Tsutsuga did. Then they talk with the elder guy that explains that they decided to leave their village, Ginshi's folk, because they will be going to have war, and they are kind of going to a borderland, something like that, to run from the incoming war. And they go to a cascade, and all the people of Ginchi travels there because in the cascade kinda stops for a brief moment, opening a path in a cave. And then Ginchi is quite pleased because he found his mother, and he also wants that Kanate goes with him, but Kanate goes with Inshi near the cascade, and then when the cascade begins flowing normally, Kanate kinda stops, and then Ginshi's mom kinda saves him, grabs him, and Kanate says his goodbyes to Ginshi and says to him that he needs to be happy with his mother and to never again leave his side again. So they continue through the woods, and then they are attacked by a strange animal called the Muru, and they met a little girl that is with a Muru egg, and that's the reason why the animal is quite upset because their egg was stolen. Then the Muru egg kinda explodes and a little Muru appears, and then but at the same time Kanate was kinda be used as a decoy for the Muru, and the Muru is pursuing him. Then a guy appears that saves Kanate, and he's a guy called Oika, and later on we know that he's the zokusho, or kind of the second in command of Kannagi, that is the ruler of that land, and he also possesses Ayagami, and then Arata kinda faints, and he awakens in Ohika place, and Kanate explains to him that Arata was feverish and that Kotoa kinda helped him recover and so on. And then we have a situation that is happening in parallel, because apparently Kannagi kinda receives word that some vassals of him are being killed and attacked, and he goes to a place and he finds a guy that is almost dead, and he explains that the guy that attacked him was Akachi. Akachi is the guy that usually was talking with Kannagi and one of the Shinshu, and apparently also other two guys that were vassals of Kannagi are already killed. And then he decides to go to Oika's place, because it's the last place apparently that remains. During that process we see some interaction between the girl and Kotoa. They kinda change clothes and so on, they talk a bit, yeah, fine. Also this guy Hoika kinda repairs the spear of Kanate, and he presents his Ayagami, and apparently is a sword that is a blacksmith sword that kinda repairs and reforges weapons, armors and so on. And then near the end of the episode we see that this Oika, after talking with Arata and Kanate, he says that he received word that Tsutsuga of Gatoya submitted to a boy, or a new show with a new Ayagami, and he kinda understands that the guy that Tsutsuga submitted is Arata, but he also knew that the Ayagami of Tsutsuga was called Saniwa, the Sword of Justice, and he also says that the sword will never submit, or the user of the sword will never submit to a guilty person, because he also knows that he is accused of attacking the princess and something like and all that. And then he receives words that an important guest has arrived. At the same time he kinda asks that girl he is a servant of him and his wife. He had asked her to put Kotoa, Arata and Kannagi, give them supply and they should go. Because at the end we see the guy that was coming to the house of Oika is Akachi, and Akachi basically comes to ask Oika to become his zokusho and also to tell him that Kannagi was actually the one that wounded or killed the princess. I don't know exactly what will happen now, but apparently Kannagi and Akachi, or at least Akachi, is already fighting for gaining the throne. So he is kind of attacking his ally country. So I don't know if Kannagi will pursue and will insist in pursuing Arata, or if he from now on maybe eventually could join forces with Arata and his group and to defeat Akachi. I don't know what will happen. However, this is interesting. There was quite a good story progression. We also learn more about the world, and we learn that each of the Shinsho rules a small country. We also learn that the Shinsho have in the list one other show under his command, that is the Zokusho, kinda his second in command, and ruling his domain. We also learn that this country is ruled by a princess, but he also can be ruled by a king. But to be ruled by a show, that show needs to take control of all the Ayagami or force them to submit to him to become the single ruler of the country. So it was a very good episode, it was interesting. We have story progression, and that's all. This is my review for Arata Kangatari episode 5. Hope you enjoy. Stay well. Peace.